If you were to ask around what the most famous tiki cocktails of all time are, you'd probably get back answers like this. And what's unique about these tropical and Polynesian inspired cocktails is that most of them have roots to the Caribbean, and none of these faux Polynesian cocktails are actually Polynesian in nature, except for one. Now, whenever I look into the history of cocktails, I start with a healthy amount of skepticism, whether that history is told from word of mouth, it's uncovered in an old notebook, or even when told by the source of the drink itself. I'm always skeptical. It's good to be skeptical when you're looking at any history. And in the world of tropical and tiki cocktails, I've found that one of these drinks I have been skeptical about the most is the Scorpion from Trader Vic. It's one of the big three drinks, the Mai Tai, the Fog Cutter, and the Scorpion. And the oldest reference of Vic serving these that I've come across is from the summer of 1939. And this is one of the few drinks where we have a somewhat contemporaneous account of its origin from Trader Vic. In his first book, Trader Vic's Book of Food and Drink from 1946, Vic shared the story of his first Scorpion. He said, "I'll never forget a very beautiful form of gentle anesthesia served one night at a luau up in Manoa Valley in Honolulu. The setting was one of outstanding beauty. Guests of an old Kama'aina family, we were entertained in a tin-roof shed-like affair, open on three sides and facing the most gorgeous tropical garden. The object of greatest interest was a tremendous Chinese earthen crock which easily held 20 gallons of punch. In it, our host had prepared Honolulu's famous Scorpion, a drink which does not shilly-shally or mess around in getting you underway." Vic would say, as originally made with Okolehao and rum, the Scorpion is at its best, but the following formula is practically as good in infusion as the original. Now, in his 1976 Hell of a Man's Cookbook, Vic says, "I was once invited to a cocktail party in Honolulu, and as I walked into the garden, somebody handed me a coconut filled with a Scorpion. The coconut was my only glass for the evening, and the punch bowl was a barrel. Believe me, the thing was lively. Try it at your next party." But when I look at the recipe shared by Trader Vic for his Scorpion, it doesn't seem like something uniquely Hawaiian, but it appears to be uniquely Trader Vic. Multiple spirits, multiple citrus, and orgeat. And orgeat today has morphed into something that too many people argue is somehow tropical or tiki, but it's not. There are no Don the Beachcomber drinks that called for orgeat, and it wasn't invented or created for Trader Vic cocktails, but it's a classic cocktail syrup made with almonds and sometimes rose water and or orange flower water. It only becomes tiki or tropical because it's used in a Mai Tai and other Trader Vic drinks, which means that every tropical or tiki bar now needs to carry orgeat. So how can a Scorpion have any true connection to Hawaii? And does Vic's origin story, does it really pan out? Or was he simply served a Scorpion and then took the name and rebranded a Fog Cutter? Well, it seems very likely that his account for the first Scorpion that he had in Hawaii was accurate, as the Scorpion was a popular drink in Hawaii in the 1930s. Now, I've not found any sources as to when or who made the first Scorpion, but there were punch recipes similar to Trader Vic's. The oldest recipe I could find from Hawaii is from the 1930s, and the drink includes lemons, oranges, mint, and Okolehao, an unaged Hawaiian spirit made from tea root. A lot of lemon and oranges, you say? That sounds like classic Trader Vic. Now, I'm not saying that this Scorpion inspired all of his drinks, but he often used lemon and oranges. In the 1937 book Roaming Hawaii by Harry Frank, it said that the Scorpion is the favorite drink at the Wailuku cocktail parties. Corn liquor soaked for days with mint and orange. The corn liquor he was referring to was in fact Okolehao. So Okolehao, orange, and mint, these appear to be the staples of a Hawaiian Scorpion, and that's not too far off from the Trader Vic version he created back in the 1930s in Oakland and the one that they still serve there today. Instead of Okolehao, he uses a combination of spirits. He used orange juice and lemon juice just as we see in the Hawaiian recipes, and he swaps in orgeat in place of sugar. Tiki cocktails and the tiki movement in general are said to be faux Polynesian, which they are. The restaurants at that time served a Polynesian atmosphere, Cantonese food, and Caribbean drinks. Very few drinks from this era ever get credit as being authentically Polynesian in origin, and the main one that everyone refers back to is Dr. Funk, which was created by a German physician in Samoa in the late 1800s. But the Scorpion almost never gets mentioned, even though Trader Vic told us that he got this recipe from Hawaii. While the recipe he shared did morph into something else, his version is probably very close to what he had in Honolulu. That means that the origin of the Scorpion is uniquely Polynesian, most likely created by a Hawaiian, which I can't confirm, and made from a distinctly Hawaiian spirit. So one of the most famous cocktails to come from this faux Polynesian movement is not fake. It is real, it's authentic, and that's super cool. Now that recipe with the lemon and orange and mint and Okolehao, well, that is what I have right here. I started this yesterday following the recipe from Jane Howard that was shared in the Honolulu Star Advertiser. This has been steeping now for over 24 hours, and I pared it down the recipe a little bit because I don't have a gallon of Okolehao. And I also played with the measurements just a little bit to make it more palatable. Now to make this version of the Scorpion, I used 2 tablespoons of demerara sugar, 3.5 ounces of lemon juice, 5.5 ounces of fresh orange juice, and 10 ounces of Okolehao. As for the lemon and oranges that I juiced, I saved some of the rinds, which I'm going to place in here as well, along with some mint. About 2 sprigs or, 8 to 10 leaves. Now we need to strain this off, and instead of an authentic Chinese crock, I'm going to pour this into a modern Trader Vic's Scorpion bowl that is full of ice. And I will garnish this with slices of orange, lemon, some mint, and some orchids. So there you go, the original Scorpion, or in-original Scorpion, or better yet, the inspiration for Trader Vic's Scorpion. All right, let's try a Hawaiian Scorpion. Cheers. It's very good. It's very mild and refreshing. There's quite a bit of orange juice in here, but it doesn't scream orange juice cocktail. Anytime you take citrus peels or mint and you soak them in something for long periods of time, you're going to get bitterness. So when I was kind of expecting that, I used some whole pieces of lemon and orange, and then I took just some of the peel of the orange too. So there is just in about 36 hours of time that I let that steep in the fridge, there's a depth of orange flavor there, like the orange oil from the orange peel, as well as the lemon. So it doesn't just feel like a fruit juicy drink, but it is extremely refreshing. It's very light. The Okolehao is a very subtle spirit. At this time in Hawaii, let's say 1930s, I don't know exactly what kind of Okolehao they were using. If they're using the older, like I use the moonshine version, which is tea root, or they were using the later on, mid-century flavored bourbons. So it's hard to know exactly what Trader Vic was going for. I haven't had a regular Scorpion in a couple years now, and I don't usually love them, but that's usually a tartness problem. There's usually too much acidity. There's not too much acidity here, and I definitely like this more than the Trader Vic Scorpions I've had in my life. But I do find that if you're looking for something that's like really bold, like some other punch recipes, I off the top of my head, a great punch recipe is a Kahiko punch from the Smuggler's Cove book. It's great. I think it has cinnamon, definitely has passion fruit. But if you want those big, like Angostura bitters, big bold rums, highly flavored syrups, that's not this. This is very light. This is very refreshing. This is something you could have a lot of. 10 gallons of, maybe. I want to encourage everyone to run out and pick up some Okolehao, because I don't really know how much more I'm going to do with it here. Eventually I'll do more on the history of Okolehao and and how it changed over time. There's a couple places in Hawaii that make Okolehao. There's Honolulu Spirits, I think, or distillery, which you might be able to get in the mainland. Probably not. They do an aged one as well as the Island. Let's see here. It's called Island Distillery. Island Distillers, which is Honolulu, and this is the one that they have at like Costco's in Hawaii. This is the Hawaiian moonshine style. You can buy this on their website. This isn't sponsored. They didn't send this to me. I bought this myself. But you buy it online, ship it to the States, at least California. And it's not too expensive. If you wanted to do this without the Okolehao, it's hard to say what to put in here instead because it's not just a rum swap. There's more to it. It has a very distinct flavor that I don't think you're going to be able to recreate with any blend of rums. You definitely don't want an agricole. It doesn't have that intense grassiness to it. It doesn't have the pot still flavor of cachaças. It doesn't taste like a light rum. It doesn't taste like vodka. It has a distinct flavor that is tea root. It's hard to really describe it until you've had it. But that is in this drink, but it is a little bit faint. So it's not like the most important thing with this drink. I think that, having all of the ingredients together for 30 plus hours really mellows everything out. So I think this drink is a real winner, and I think that it should be put into a smaller format, something where you just use 2 ounces as opposed to 10. But even so, just the act of this all sort of steeping together for time and sort of marrying all those flavors, I think it really helps cut through what would be some of the big harshness that you might get from drinking this alone. So there you go. The original Scorpion, it's not really the original one. We don't know exactly what Trader Vic had, but this is a version that at least appears to predate the Scorpion served by Trader Vic at his location in Oakland, at least back as far as 1939. And I am sure that there are older recipes and references to the Scorpion out there in the world somewhere. I just don't know where they are. I haven't found them yet, but I'll keep looking for them. Hopefully one day we find something else to kind of confirm this recipe, or a different recipe, or just more recipes for the Scorpion. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support this channel more, go check out my Patreon page. Otherwise, see you on the next one.
When the dusk is falling.